Hello and welcome to Sakura Succubus 5. Let us continue our journey after Elizabeth. Hopefully. The next morning. I groan and soon find myself roused from my slumber by slivers of one washed out sunshine which filter in through the gaps in the curtains. Yawning, I stretch myself into wakefulness, then sit up. The bed in my luxurious chamber is so soft and plush, I'm struck with the desire to lie back beneath the covers and indulge in slumber, but that'd be a waste of the day. Since I'm in Astoria, I might as well go and see some of the sights. I don't want to spend another day coped up inside the palace. I'm interested in checking out Rosenberg's streets, and to do that, I first need to get out of bed. I rise after a bit of internal deliberation and stretch again. Another yawn escapes. Forces its way from my throat, this one deep enough to induce tears which bed in the corners of my eyes. That was probably another yawn. This is no good. I might have spent the night in the lap of luxury, but I still feel weary. Maybe it's residual jet lag. There is quite the difference between Astoria and Japan, and though I spent most yesterday relaxing, I've not had much time to myself. My bed is looking awfully tempting right about now. But no, I can't give in to its soft, blankety temptations. I must be the bigger man. Pull yourself together, Hiroki! You're supposed to be an adult. It's time you started acting like that. Since I feel so tired, I figure the best way to invigorate me would be to have a nice warm bath. My plan settled, I make my way to the bathroom. My bare feet pound against the tiles, which feel comfortingly cool against my skin. Ooh, that's nice. I draw up a bath, then pour a liberal amount of scented oil and lavender foam into the water. Because why wouldn't you if you have the opportunity? That's true, I'm with this guy. If I don't come out of this bath smelling like a florist, I'll be disappointed. I've used a crapload of fancy products, and way more than I usually have a chance to, or indeed care to. As much as I like bathing, I'm not big on all of this scented old stuff. There is something a little emasculating about it. No, there isn't. Come on, man. You want to smell nice too, let's face it. Still, there is no shame in treating myself, and all these products are right there for me to use. Wouldn't it be rude, almost, if I didn't help myself? With this thought in mind, I strip off my clothes, then lower myself in the tub. I sigh relieved the moment the water pools around me. The bath is deep enough that I'm subsumed all the way up to my waist, my legs disappearing from view beneath the mount of bubbles. The water is hot, but not hot enough to be scalding. In a word, it's just right. The relaxing scent of floral oil fills the air, tickling my nostrils. Though I used a lot of product, it's not at all overwhelming. I'm not in the habit of ranking all the baths I've ever taken. I'm a normal human being, despite my decidedly abnormal love life, and I have better things to do with my time. But if I was, this one would definitely be up there. It feels like I'm submerged in luxury, quite literally. My cruddy apartment in Tokyo, with the tatami floors and the toilet that doesn't always flush, will be harder to endure after getting used to all the perks of living in a genuine palace. I guess I should try and make the most of it while I can. I lean back in the tub, utterly content when... I must beg you pardon, Mr. Gaswara, but may I come in? I have cleaning duties I must attend to. I hope you understand and do apologize for the inconvenience caused. Huh? My eyelids, which were beginning to drop, snap open while my head swivels towards the doorway. In an instant, the peaceful, tranquil mood in this bathroom is shattered. I thought I was going to be left alone this morning, but apparently not, which I'm grateful for. There, standing in the doorway of the bathroom, she didn't even wait for my permission to enter, is Stephania's self-proclaimed #1 maid, Elizabeth. Elizabeth looks very neat and tidy, as she did the morning prior. Her silver hair cascades smoothly about her shoulders like a waterfall, and her ruffled maid's attire has nary a single wrinkle. I can't see any faults with her appearance-wise, though I can certainly fault her behavior. No. What the word is she doing? Cleaning, like I said. Why did he say she? Elizabeth replied smoothly with a curt nod of her head, and oh, that's kind of embarrassing. I hadn't realized I'd articulated my displeasure out loud. This unexpected event has left me pretty flustered. My heart won't stop hammering. I thought baths were supposed to be a relaxing experience, damn it. I inhale, trying to gather my thoughts and my wits, then say in the calmest cadences I can master. I'm sorry to interrupt your cleaning, but as you should be able to see, I'm having bath now. It would be awkward if you try to clean while I'm in the tub, so would you mind postponing it? I suppose I could. Elizabeth concurs, but then she pauses. That would cause complications for... Complications? It is my duty as a maid, you see, to ensure that every inch of this palace is properly maintained, a duty which extends, of course, to the guest bedrooms and the guest bathrooms. I would not be able to forgive myself if I left this bathroom unattended to. I get it, but if you wait... I cannot wait! I have so many duties I must attend to. It is necessary that I follow my schedule to the minutest detail, else all will surely go awry. Altering one detail about my schedule, no matter how minute it may seem to you, would have serious repercussions. I do hope you understand. Like the butterfly effect, you mean? A bit like that, yes. For we are not talking about time travel here. If I could jump into the past out in a heartbeat so that I might be able to work even more efficiently, but alas. Elizabeth shakes her head. I may be milady's top mate, but there are some feats even I cannot perform. Now, will you permit me to clean the bathroom? It shall not take a minute. Right. I mean, if you're going to be that insistent, I suppose you can just don't stare at me too much, please. I glance down at my lap, abashed. The more intimate areas of my anatomy might be hidden by a sheen of bubbles, but I feel distinctly exposed here. Just don't stare at me too much, please. Oh. Oh. What? An amused smile captures Elizabeth's lips. Are you embarrassed, Mr. Gasawara, by being seen in the bath? Well, of course I am. I demur, my head hanging. I think anybody would be embarrassed in this situation. It's not like we know one another particularly well. Perhaps it holds true for you, in regards to me, but there is much I know of you already. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, indeed. I know, for instance, that you are in the public relationship with Miss Yamamoto, but you also seem very friendly with Miss Wakatsuki, Williams. Speculation as to your character is rife all over the newspapers, even in Astoria. You have made quite a name for yourself over the last few days. Ugh. I groan. I known I'd become something of a celebrity, but I hadn't realized my life had become a topic of public debate across Astoria too. By the sounds of it, I've become something of an international celebrity. There's no way my parents can't even heard about all of this, or my coworkers, for that matter. Going back to work is going to be a nightmare, I just know it. Being so very well regarded by the ladies, I fail to see why you should be abashed at my presence. Surely you should be accustomed to being regarded in such a state of undress. Yeah, I guess, but, you know, this feels different somehow. How exactly? You cannot say. Well, not to worry. I do not mean to make you feel uneasy. That is the exact opposite of my intentions. I would rather relax you, so to that end. Here, Elizabeth's smile takes on a decidedly devilish bent, and I love it. Would you allow me to wash your back, Mr. Gasawara? Huh? I look at Elizabeth dumbly. I thought you said you had to clean the bathroom. What happened to your schedule? Oh, I would be cleaning and I would still be in the bathroom. Your hygiene is every bit as important as keeping these tiles spotless. Okay, I guess, but that sounds like technicality to me. Besides, I'm an adult. I can wash myself. Yeah. Perhaps you can, but I doubt you can ease the tension in your shoulders and back as effectively as my hands can. I'm confident in my capabilities and certain I can take you to a paradise. I would like to go to paradise. You deserve nothing less as a guest of the princess. Now, won't you let me spoil you? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. And so in the end. Hell yeah. Well now, Isn't this cozy? Yeah, yeah, cozy, right? That's one word for it, I suppose. I'm sitting in the spacious bathtub, the water pooling around my legs while Elizabeth kneels behind me. In one hand, Elizabeth holds a sponge, which she presses against my back in regular motions. I need to actually check something about soon-to-be Wing Clouds releases. Right now, I really hope. Please still be there, please still be there, please still be... Okay. Oh, we are... Oh, that looks interesting. Let's go. Let's go. There will be more of them. I'm so happy about that. I mean, there will be more of Elizabeth. Yes. Anyway, in one hand, Elizabeth holds a sponge, which she impresses against my back in regular motions. The sponge is all larded up with warm, soapy water, and admittedly, it feels pretty good against the curve of my spine. I'm painfully aware, however, of Elizabeth and of her close proximity. I can feel Elizabeth's breath against the nape of my neck, feel too the way her exhalations make my skin tingle. Elizabeth took off her maid's attire before stepping in the bath with me, with the very astute reasoning that she wouldn't want to get her clothes wet. I can understand her logic, but I don't see why she felt the need to join me in the bath. Stop complaining, Hiroki. I figured she'd ask me to vacate the bathtub, then sit on a stool so she could attend me, still fully dressed. That'd be easier all around, I think, and far less embarrassing. Elizabeth, however, doesn't seem to see it that way. She was pretty gung-ho about this ploy of hers, for why exactly I don't know. Maybe I should try asking her. Hey, Elizabeth? Elizabeth pausing her slow, methodical scrubbing to look at me askance. What is it, Mr. Ogasawara? It's something not to your liking. Would you prefer it if I put more power into my technique? Oh no, your technique is fine. It's more, my brow furrows. Is this real or right? I apologize, but I do not understand your query. What do you mean by this? This whole situation, I mean, sitting with me in the bathtub like this, I mean. I know maids are meant to serve their master's garden, but I'm not your employer, Stephania is, unless she ordered you to do this, and I can't imagine why she would. There is no need for you to go so very far out of your way for my sake. I mean, I don't want to steal from... Oh my god. But I want to steal her from Stephania, goddammit! I want to steal her from Stephania, come on! I really do. Why wouldn't I want to steal her from Stephania? Come on. Come on, game. Where is the option to steal her? Come on. What is the meaning of this? I really want to steal her from Stephania. God damn it. I don't want to take too much of your time. Let's say this one. Not when I know you're so busy. It's making me feel kind of guilty. And more than a little embarrassed. I've been in suggestive situations before, of course. I'm no stranger to them. But Elizabeth's forthrightness is enough to unsettle even me. Unlike my entourage of Succubus, I really can't tell if she's actively trying to flirt with me or if she really does regard this as part of her and parcel of her job. I have no idea what to think. Ask her, God. I would... Oh, please. Elizabeth, by contrast, does not seem, or indeed sound, at all perturbed by our situation. I can hear the pores of her lips, though I can see her face, feel to her warm breath against the nape of my neck. Do not feel guilty, Mr. Ogasawara. You have no cause to. I'm the one who insisted that I hide you. You have not forced my hand at all. I know that, but this must be an inconvenience. I'm sure you're more important things to do. More important than tending to milady's most esteemed guest? No, I do not believe that is the case. Okay, you're flattering me now. I'm hardly her most esteemed guest. That'd be Hifumi, surely. And as the companion of Miss Yamamoto, you too are of important rank. Milady wishes for nothing but your comfort, which I'm striving to ensure. As Milady's top mate, I must do all in my power to make her guests feel looked after. A failure to do so would reflect most poorly upon my part. In fact, as Milady's mate, I'm also by extension your mate. Oh, what was that? I'm willing to do anything to ensure your happiness, no matter how taxing it may be upon me. Oh. So if I said I want to steal you from Stephania, what would you say about that? Because I really do, okay? My feelings do not matter. Yours are of a far higher import. Okay, so what if I say that? But I would like to know your feelings for. Also the music in the background right now, I love it. I know about that. You might be a mate, sure, but that doesn't mean you have to put others above yourself all the time. Perhaps not all the time, no. I can hear a faint smile in Elizabeth's words. It sounds like she's having fun, at least, despite all her talk of servitude. But I must behave as such while I'm working. And given being a mate is a 24-hour job, which demands all of my attention, I have little room to worry about my own needs. But that's just as good as denying yourself your own happiness, isn't it? I'd hate to think Elizabeth offered to join me in the bathtub without some twisted sense of obligation that make me feel like a creep. To my relief, however, Elizabeth only laughs. Your kindness is much appreciated, Mr. Ogasawara, but it is unnecessary. As a maid, nothing gives me greater pleasure than making milady and her guests happy. I need nothing more in life to be content than that. Really? That's awfully altruistic of you. No, it is not. Not particularly my motives in serving milady, and now you are rather selfish. If I did not enjoy it so much myself, I would not be able to devote myself to my tasks so tirelessly. People may think that being maid is so tedious, thankless job, but it, like all other occupations, becomes very rewarding when one takes genuine pleasure in their work. Also, I sit too high. I like to think my work can bring others joy, even if the said joy is only momentary. Then how about we make it not momentarily? I know it's not a smooth text I just said, but... So how do you feel? Elizabeth pressed the sponge a bit more firmly against my back. Are you enjoying yourself, Mr. Ogasawara? Yeah. I sighed despite myself, and it does feel good. As Elizabeth's firm, deliberate ministrations ease a knock of tension at the top of my spine. Dude, I would need that right now. My back hurts a bit. This does feel pretty nice. You're right. And natural at this. Why, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Now let me see if I cannot do something about those stiff shoulders of yours. Milady would be so sad to see you bearing such stress when she wishes only for you to relax. Elizabeth focuses her attention upon my body once more. She runs the sponge up and down my back, soaping me up while I try and only partially succeed not to squirm. The rhythm of Elizabeth's scrubbing coupled with her warm breath against my nape is an addictive combination. I bet it is. It feels so good I can't stop myself from sighing. Elizabeth, of course, is made immediately aware of this, and doubtlessly amused, she chuckles. Oh, goodness me, that was quite a sigh. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a while since anybody washed my back. I forgot how good it could feel. Then, I was gratified I could remind you. I must say, you do have a very handsome back, and handsome shoulders too. They are so broad, and while they are not particularly muscular, I can detect a degree of power rippling beneath the surface of your skin. You are awfully masculine, Mr. Ogasawara, and your scent. Huh? I yelp surprise as Elizabeth leans in, the tip of her nose skimming against my nape. She inhales while I swallow. Ooh. She's so close to me now. Now I can feel her chest pushed up against my spine. Talk about stimulating, this is so intense, my heart feels like it might explode. You are indeed delectable. I must confess I was intrigued by you the moment we first met. You exude a certain aura a woman such as myself cannot possibly ignore. It is not wonder you are so popular. After what seems entirely too long, Elizabeth finally draws back. I can no longer feel the softness of her chest against my back, which seems both a blessing and a curse. Of course it's a curse! It's only a curse, damn it! I almost wish I could ask her to press herself against me again, but that'd be far too shameless. I have no pride in that. I have no pride than that. More pride than that, probably. Anyway.
I do wonderful.
The wistful tone of Elizabeth's voice catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting that, not after her sultry, almost seductive tones from earlier, and it makes me blink. What you're wondering exactly?
It is about milady.
Stephania. I feel rather than see Elizabeth not behind me. The sponge pressed against my back, sliding down my spine.
She's a cheerful girl by nature. Rare it is to see her without a smile, but she has been lonely throughout her life. For already 21 years of age, and an adult in every conceivable sense, she has little in the way of experience.
I don't like where this is going.
Her parents worry for her, given she is in their only heir. Perhaps they are right to do so, given, if I mean milady no disrespect, her common sense can be somewhat wanting at times.
So Stephania's a little airhead, is she? I had gathered as much based on our earlier exchanges, but it's nice to have it confirmed by Elizabeth.
Milady is very sweet, but she can be overly trusting. She always believes the best in people, to her own detriment, and seems not to know there exist brigands in this world who would take advantage of her. Because of milady's inherent sweetness, her parents believe she's the safest kept within the walls of the palace, where they can look after her. They mean the best, yet I fear it is because of their protectiveness that she has grown the way she is, so innocent and naive. That her mother and father let her travel to Japan to attend the Karutat competition is small miracle. Rarely do they let her leave the palace. She was so very excited about the trip. It quite warmed up my heart. Upon return to Astoria, much of her ebullience began to fade. She continues to smile, still, but I fear she feels rather isolated, much like a princess from a fairy tale.
Like the one from Sakura Forest Girls?
She does not have any friends to speak of, save myself, and never before has she had the chance to speak of any members of the opposite sex. There is much she is ignorant of, particularly when it comes to matters of the heart.
Oh, I've thrown. I'm not exactly surprised by these princesses. As far as I'm aware, have even stricter limits placed on their love lives than idols like I am, but I feel sorry for Stephania all the same. She's such a bright, cheery girl. I never considered the hardships she might be enduring. Does she want to learn more about the heart?
I believe so, yes. Mildy has confided in me before, numerous times in fact, that she would like to indulge in some of the experiences other women can. Ordinary woman. While she appreciates her parents' concern, she does not like being swaddled so like a young babe. She's a grown woman now, and such she ought to be free to live her own life. That is what I believe, at least.
Yeah, I'll bet. I can't really blame her for that. I'd hate it if I was always told what to do and where to go.
You would not be cut out for the life of a noble, then, or indeed, the attendant of a noble.
Elizabeth titters.
I can see that you are fiercely individualistic, Mr. Kaswara. In that sense, you are very different from both milady and myself. But I think that may be what milady needs.
In what sense? I'm sorry? I think I tell where this conversation is going, but I want some affirmation. What exactly is Elizabeth getting at?
While I try to console milady as best as I can, there is not only so much I can do for her. I would like to believe we are friends, but I fear that may be the presumptuous of me, given I'm also her servant. I'm purely social sense. I'm strictly milady's inferior, for she, of course, never treats me as such. Despite my best efforts, alas, I cannot offer milady the rich, plentiful life I want her to have on my own. While I know full well milady cannot live as any normal woman might, by virtue of being a princess, but I would at least like it if she could broaden her horizons. If she would learn how to talk to an ordinary man such as yourself, one who is not an immediate family member or a servant, then maybe... Well, who knows? This all baseless conjecture upon my part, but...
I hear the smile in Elizabeth's ponderous words here too. The crinkle in her eyes.
Perhaps milady might learn in time to fall in love. When even she might be able to experience a taste of romance. Shut away, for she is in this palace. It will be a brief and fleeting kind of romance, but the same can be said of many affairs, even those of great lovers, others written in famous plays. But I'm interested in you. Damn it! As the old saying goes, I believe it is better to love and lose at love than not to love at all.
Wait, then you want Stephania to fall in love with me?
Well, why not? You are not unattractive, and you seem to like a gentleman. I have ascertained as much myself just now, for despite our close proximity, you have not made any inappropriate overtures towards me. I doubt other men would have similar self-control. Yeah, I would have self-control. Okay.
I wish you would jump me. Anyway, that's because I append inside my head. I doubt other men have the experience I do after being routinely persuaded by a gang of attractive succubi. I don't voice the thought, however. I don't know whether Elizabeth herself is a succubus or not. Marina seems to have some suspicions, but if she isn't, mentioning the topic would only result in awkwardness.
I really believe you would be perfect match for milady, Mr. Gaswara.
I don't like her eyebrows. With you they work, with her no. And also, to be honest, not gonna lie, I'm not attracted to princess.
You are a fine specimen of a man, so much. So I admit I myself am somewhat enamored with you.
Go on about that topic, please.
Being so close to you is indeed enough to make my own heart flutter.
I'm glad to hear that. Elizabeth exhales, her breath warm and disdain of my neck. Where's the choice? I would rather you fall in love with me.
Your will might be strong enough to resist my advance, Mr. Gaswara, but I'm beginning to fear I am not strong enough to keep my own wits about me.
Huh? I glanced at Elizabeth, still a touch flustered by our intense closeness. What are you talking about?
You cannot guess.
Elizabeth smiled thinly.
Do not be feign. Do not be feign ignorance, please, Mr. Gaswara. What is there ought to be obvious enough.
I thought you wanted Stephania to be happy.
I do indeed. If she is to be truly fulfilled, however, I must first see how you conduct yourself in the art of love. This would be a pure experiment, you understand, to calculate how compatible you might be with milady. I don't care about that! How compatible I am with you! That's what I care about. If you are to be a true partner for her, I must inspect you thoroughly. Every single inch of you, in fact. Now then.
Elizabeth smiles wickedly.
Shall we begin?
What the morning? I soothe myself, exhausted as I stroll about the palace's spacious gardens. Elizabeth's filters have left me feeling weary and a little unsure of myself. What exactly does Elizabeth want from me? It seemed like she was interested in me, but she framed all her actions as though they were undertaken for Stephania's sake. Who I don't want. Does Elizabeth want me to befriend Astoria's princess, or more scandalously still seduce her? I don't want that. I wonder. I'm so lost in my wondering, in fact, I failed to notice Marina herself, who is similarly strolling about the gardens, at least until she calls to me.
Hiroki! What in the world are you doing here? Traipsing about like a ghost? Is something awry?
What? I stand my head up, my eyes overwhelmed, and look at Marina. She's dressed in the wintry attire she donned during our flight to Astoria, her upper half concealed in a dark sweater, while her hips are encased with a high-waisted skirt. Her look is complemented with a black beret, which contrasts with her silvery hair. I know little about fashion, but Marina looks incredibly well dressed. I'm fine, Marina. Sorry if I made you worry. I've just had a lot of my mind. It's all.
On your mind, huh?
Hazel appears from behind Marina's back. Now, how long was she standing there? Her green eyes alert.
That sounds like kinda serious. Think too much can give you muscle cramps, you know? Maybe you ought to go for a jog to get yourself all loosened up. There is no shortage of nice paths around here you can use. The garden's absolutely massive, and hardly anybody uses it. It makes for an awesome running track, huh?
I think I'll pass on the running for now.
Boo!
But thanks for the suggestion, it's appreciated. I look between Hazel and Marina, a touch perturbed. These two make for a rare combination, alright? I don't often see them together, and when I do, they tend to be bickering. Marina's had cause to discipline Hazel on numerous occasions, given her obsessive infatuation with pretty girls, Yue in particular. When I was trapped in the Succubus realm, that one time my Succubus allies were all striving to save me, excepting Hazel. Check out the third installment if you don't know what we're talking about. She was having a whale of time, kicking back in the Succubus realm and bestowing massages to a demanding Yue. That was a while ago now, though, and I'd like to think it's water under the bridge. We're all friends now. Even Hazel seems to have forgotten the intensity of Marina's punishments, because she's looking pretty relaxed in her company. It started raining. Damn it.
Marina is right for...
Hazel pipes up, one hand resting on her hip.
You really don't look too hot. Would you mind telling us what's the matter?
It's nothing really. I just had some difficulties in the morning in the bathroom.
Difficulties, is it?
Marina smiles wickedly.
Do not tell me that. In my and Hazel's absence, you've been expanding your energy, shall we term it, on your own? That would be truly heartbreaking.
I know what Marina's getting at, of course, and I feel obliged to correct her ASAP. No! That's wrong. I've not been getting enough alone time, actually. Since I arrived here, that's my real problem.
Oh, is that so?
Marina arches an eyebrow.
Then, do you mean to say you've been indulging in torrid affairs with the mates?
No, oh, shit. I make to protest, but Marina cuts across me.
You naughty boy, you. I know you are so desperate. Wow, is that what's been going on? I feel you've taken an interest in that little hermaid, but I didn't know how things had gotten that far. Don't tell me you've been getting down and dirty with her already.
It was more a case of her being overly familiar with me, you must know, yes. I correct Hazel when flushing. I didn't instigate anything, I swear, I didn't. What do you take me for?
Oh gee, I don't know, a playboy maybe.
Am I a playboy?
You have like 6 gorgeous women on the go. How does that make you anything other than a playboy? You even have you wrapped around your finger, you sly dog, you.
Laughing, Hazel lopes over to me, then nudges me in the side of her elbow.
So many cute girls are into you. I'm actually kinda jelly. I wish I had my own harem.
Okay, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from pursuing cute girls on the side. If you want, then you have a thing with that girl from the sports center, Yumiko. Yeah,
Yuriko.
Hazel giggles.
Yeah, she was real cutie, but in the end, it didn't pan out. She was way too jealous. I can't have a relationship with anybody who's too attached. It was really cramping my style.
Ooh. I'm sorry. Miriko, whatever the correct name was.
Says you, who bends over backwards to serve you as every wish and whim. You are the very definition of attached when our acquaintance is involved. Yeah, but it's different. Ladies was adorable. Who would be obsessed with her? I wouldn't, and quite easily too.
Marina sniffs.
You might be a... You might be a monarch, but her superior attitude rubbed me the wrong way. She doesn't treat me with the respect I deserve, despite my being her senior by many years. She could stand with being knocked down a peg or two. No, Marina, you just don't get it. Her haughtiness is like part of Lady Seal's appeal. Lady might be intimidating, but deep down, she's really sweet and shy. The cut between her cold outer appearance and her soft, gooey core is simply sublime. Don't you agree, Hiroki? If Hiroki has any sense, he would sooner choose Princess Stephania over you.
No, that's bullshit.
Stephania is, in my humble estimation, everything a girl should be. She's elegant, graceful, yet...
Give me a choice, please.
Yet not all proud. She cares for guests and takes great pains to ensure we are having a comfortable time. You could take a leaf out of her book. You know, Steph is cute, sure. But she's not the same as Yue. She's like one of a kind. Good. I'm glad Yue is one of a kind. One Yue is a pain enough to contend with, let alone introducing a second. Oh, I wish two Lady Yue existed. Think of all the fun I could get up to them.
Hazel giggles while Marina pulls a face.
I don't want to think about what fun your twisted little mind is cooking up. You have no self-control whatsoever. When it comes to pretty girls, I mean.
Hazel grins.
You'll be right on that, Scraton. Please, don't sound so proud of that. I am curious now for who do you prefer, Hiroki, Lady Yue or Steffi?
Well, no, let me think. The answer is obvious. Save the game and answer Yue, of course. Yue, I guess, god damn it, come on. I guess I'll have to go with Yue, obviously. Obviously. Not I guess, obviously. I reply after one brief pause. I've known her longer than I've known Stephania, after all, which isn't to say that Stephania isn't sweet, but I don't feel anything towards her. Yue is the jealous type for, so I think she'd be upset if I said anything else. That's not why I chose her for.
You sure have Lady Yue's number.
Hazel titters.
Yue is jealous, horribly so, but I think the dance to her appeal, it makes her like 10 times cuter. Does it now?
Marina raises an eyebrow.
I can't say I see the appeal in volatile, insecure woman myself. But perhaps I'm simply too mature for histronics? Oh, it's not that you're too mature, Marina. You just can't see Lady Yue's appeal, cause you're devoid of love. Ouch. Lady Yue is the best waifu, and those are the cold, hard facts. Just face it already.
Hazel and Marina bicker between one another for a few moments, largely on the subject of Yue versus Stephania, before Marina casts her eye back in my direction.
Well, poking our tastes one side, if life in the palace is beginning to tire you, Hiroki, would you care to visit Rosenberg with Hazel and me? We're planning to explore it regardless, given we both have some free time, but it would be more enjoyable if we could peruse it in your company. Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. I've been to spend more time with you, Hiroki. My own energy stores have been dwindling, but going on a date should restore me back to tip-top condition. What I say?
I turn my options over for a few moments and then... Sure, I'd love to go with you, just lead the way. I still feel rattled. It's true, but spending time with Marina and Hazel should be enough to restore my spirits. I'm counting on them to cheer me up. It's hard not to be cheerful, really, while in Hazel's company. Excepting the occasion when she got me to go jogging with her, that is. Now that was an experience I'd really rather not relive. I wouldn't mind going jogging with her.
I would go with them with pleasure.
Now, do I continue or do I go to sleep? It started raining, which might mean I actually will not go to the football pitch. Which might mean I can continue recording. But I actually feel a little sleepy. So tomorrow I will continue recording. And it will be a next episode. Or maybe I could cram it up in one. No, it will be the next episode, yeah. Anywho, who would you choose? Stephania or Yue? As I said, personally it's an easy choice for me here, Yue. Without a shadow of doubt, to be honest. Like, honestly, like... Sure, Stephania might be cute, but... It's not the cute, I'm super attracted to you cute, to be honest. From the very first beginning. Seeing, kind of. Like with the other girls, I absolutely was attracted to them. Well, to Ayu too, for we know her character. Cosmos, instant attracted. Marina, instantly attracted. Hifumi, instantly. Yue, well, she also was a pain with how she acted, but she's now alright. Dude, I'm so into Elizabeth for, not gonna lie. She's awesome. And Stephania is kinda meh. You know. When it comes to princesses, Ari was definitely placing way higher than her, to be honest. In my book. Anywho, feel free to drop what you would decide, Yue or Stephania. For I believe everyone will say Yue. Also, aside from that, consider liking the video if you think it's good enough. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can also go to my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitter. We all occasionally stream on Fridays and Saturdays nights of Central European time. Around midnight it starts. That's it. Have a wonderful day, night, rest of the... Actually, this probably will not be published during the weekend, so... Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.